Hey there, and welcome back to another episode of This Guy's Thoughts. Like always, I appreciate you taking the time to watch a review here on the channel. Tonight, I'm going to review a beer, one out of Epic Brewing Company, and this was given to me by a friend of mine who picked this up and said, "Hey, I got something here that I think you might like." He sent me a text, and I was like, "Sure, man, I'll definitely take that." I love that right there. Sounds good. Sounds great. Creamsicle IPA by Epic Brewing Company. Epic Brewing Company located in Denver, Colorado. This here says India Pale Ale brewed with lactose and orange. So, should be sweet. Milkshake IPAs usually have a lactose creaminess, adds a creaminess to it, adds the sweetness to it. This here should have a lot of orange in it. 8.5% alcohol by volume. It is a double IPA. The can actually has pretty cool artwork. You see the actual creamsicle there on the stick there. And if you hear that in the background, that is the dogs in here. The dogs and cats are my audience again tonight. It says, "Orange, you glad I didn't say milkshake?" But I did. It says right there on the can. Everything about this is pretty cool. I'm going to give this 5 out of 5. 8.5% alcohol is listed there. It's that throwback. It reminds me of when I was a kid. When I was younger and I would eat these things here, I used to love them. Any type of creamsicle stuff. I guess they're still available. I don't know why I really don't buy them in my adult life, but this does. Just remember back in the day, you would get at least the city I lived in, the ice cream guy, usually a kid, riding a bike like a teenager or maybe some adult that needed summertime work or something, riding their bikes up and down with the big coolers on the front, just selling the ice cream out, the bells ringing as they're driving, as they're riding their bikes up and down the road. This is what this reminds me of, okay? I'm pretty excited to get to try this out here. We're going to use the IPA glass here. So before we crack it open, I'll set it up here. I did go to the Epic Brewing website. I believe it's epicbrewing.com. Talks about this here beer. So right here it says Creamsicle IPA, India Pale Ale brewed with lactose and orange. We used orange plucked directly from our very own brown paper lunch sacks and milk from the cartons in vacant lunchrooms to brew this iconoclastic milkshake IPA. It was first available in February of 2021, February of this year. Was in a release. That is a limited release, 8.5% alcohol by volume. And it says, remember the good old days when you used to cool off with creamsicles in the warm summer sun. At first sip, Creamsicle IPA tastes just like childhood memories, which is why we contemplated saving it all for ourselves. It says, our brewers had one goal in mind, to create a beer that we can drink while reminiscing childhood summers. This is the beer that will redeem the summer of COVID. So, redeeming the summer of 2020 right here. So, now let's go ahead and crack this open and to see what it's all about. So, I will give it a roll here. Let's see here. This says it was canned in 6/24 of 21. And this is like July 3rd. So, still really fresh, honestly. So, got a nice roll on that there. Go ahead, we'll crack it open here. Let's see what this thing looks like. Oh yeah, that looks good. Looks like straight on hazy juice there. Yeah, let's see if we can get it all in here. Get all the goodies there. All right. So, what's it look like? Man, that looks like a smoothie. Looks like an orange smoothie right there. Looks friggin' delicious there. Got about 3 fingers of just, it's not a snow white head. It's just an off, I say eggshell white, so just like an off-white head on top of this. Looks like super frothy and creamy on top of this. I do got some larger bubbles popping away in there, but outside of that, super creamy, frothy looking head up on top of this. I even actually see specks of like orange, like the beer itself, just on top of it there. I wish I could show you the top of that. But just color-wise, man, look at that. That is awesome looking. Looks like a juice smoothie, like I said. All right, so let's see what the nose has to offer. So you get that, first off, that distinct milkshake IPA when it's a good milkshake IPA. You get that lactose, that sweetness, whatever fruit they're mixing in there. In this case, I get that orange. Orange vanilla comes together, creates that creamsicle type of aroma. You still get, it's an IPA. You still get that citrusy IPA aroma coming off of it. But I know it's got orange in it. I know it's called creamsicle with orange and lactose. So I know that, and I'm looking for that, and I'm picking that up. And it just comes across super nice, all right? It smells like it's going to be a sweet one, as a milkshake IPA should be. So, hey, let's get a drink on this, see what it's all about. All right. Full-bodied mouthfeel, as expected for this, okay? This really is a rich, creamy, full-bodied beer. You know what's in there. 8.5% alcohol by volume. I can't always pick up the alcohol in beers, 7, 8, 9. Usually anything over 9, I can usually pick it out. Sometimes 7, 8%. It's kind of hidden in there, but this at 8.5%, I really can. It does got a mild alcohol burn, I guess you could say. I can feel it. I can taste it. I can feel it there. So, does it taste like creamsicle on a stick? No, it doesn't taste like that. It would have been almost impossible for them to recreate that. Does it taste like vanilla and orange? Yes, it does. I get vanilla. I get the sweet vanilla, the sweetness from the lactose in it, right? The milk sugar that's in here. Then I get the orange. It comes together in a very unique combination. And I've had quite a few milkshake IPAs. This really does rank up towards the top. Epic Brewing Company, Creamsicle IPA brewed with lactose and orange. I have no problem giving this a 4.5 out of 5. 4.5 out of 5 just for my pure enjoyment of drinking this beer. For the style, you know what? I've had a lot of milkshake IPAs that are sweeter, maybe more of a pungent flavor, depending on the fruit they are using in it. Maybe more lactose or more, sweeter type of stuff. But this comes together very nicely. It's not overly sweet. It's sweet. It's a milkshake IPA. It's sweet, okay? If you're drinking a milkshake IPA, you got to expect it's going to be a sweet beer, okay? So, but is it the sweetest? No, it just comes together really nice, easy drinking at 8.5% alcohol by volume. If you like the little bit of that alcohol taste, you got it here. If you like orange, you got it here. If you like that thick, creamy mouthfeel, you have that here. You got a little bit of the sweetness that comes through. Not as much as some of the other milkshake IPAs, like I've said. But you got that lactose, that vanilla, it's there, okay? 4.5 out of 5 all day long. This is rather enjoyable. If you like this video, be sure to check out my other content. Give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. If you got a milkshake IPA you really like, drop it down in the comments. Let me know what you think about that. You had this before. Let me know what you think about that. Anyhow, I appreciate you watching.